Hi guys, and welcome to another psychic development video. In this video I want to talk about the concept of synchronicity. Have you ever been thinking of an old friend that you haven't seen for a while and suddenly they message you on Facebook or give you a call, just completely out of the blue? Or have you had a reoccurrence of certain number patterns such as 1111, 2222, 333, 444, 12, 12, 16, 16, all these different number sequences, and you continuously see them everywhere you look? Or had a song stuck in your head and then suddenly something happens that relates to that song? Or a really strong intuitive gut feeling and then suddenly something happens that validates that gut feeling? Well, that is called synchronicity, if you didn't already know. And it's basically what we also call coincidence. Now, most of the time coincidences are dismissed, but they can actually be very, very powerful tools if we know how to look at them and how to embrace them. So essentially, synchronicity is a term for an experience of two or more coincidental events. The one event which draws your attention, and the event that kind of coincides with it, which essentially can be experienced by one or more individuals. There's several instances where synchronicity can lead several people to the same conclusion. I've experienced this with, if anyone's seen the reincarnation video on our channel, I'll link to that in the description below. There were several synchronicities leading up to that case, both myself and Richard experienced, that pointed us in that direction. It was something we needed to look into because it was coming, essentially. It either affects the event directly or indirectly. I've just had an experience like it today. I've been suffering with my right leg today, and it's been giving me a lot of jip. So Sam ended up taking the dogs for a walk, and I was lying on the settee feeling sorry for myself, thinking to myself, I really need to start reading, because I've got lots of different tips and ideas that I want to put out and share with you guys on this channel. I'm doing these daily videos now which will help people develop themselves spiritually, develop themselves psychically. I also want to continue with putting out the paranormal stuff and the interviews and that sorts of stuff that I've been doing on this channel, or have done on this channel before as well. So I kind of want to make this channel a place where people can go and share their experiences or talk about different experiences that people have. And when I was developing myself psychically, spiritually, I'd have all these different experiences happen to me, and I'd have nowhere to really go and sort of at least find someone else that may be going through the same thing I was going through, and really just not feel like I was going absolutely insane. And the more of that I can actually show or talk about, or give you the tools to actually do it yourself, then really that's what I want to do with this channel. I want it all to be about you guys being able to experience the spiritual, the paranormal, the esoteric, and learn about it for yourself. And that's my overall goal for this channel. And I was thinking about that today, and I was like, I really need to start reading more, just to sort of just for more ideas, to generate some more ideas. And there's a video on this channel that I'm going to highlight it in a one that I'm working on at the moment, which is called Top 10 Paranormal Experiences that we've had so far. And I've had it on this channel so far. And one of them is this electromagnetic field that we have found in several places. It's literally been miles apart, and we keep getting this really odd and strange electromagnetic reading. It's Paranormal Evidence Archives episode 10. I'll put the links to these videos in the description below if you want to check them out. And when I was thinking about just reading and gathering more information, I've noticed that there's a comment on a thread I'd started on Facebook a good 4 or 5 months back when we last encountered this field, where someone had basically gave me a list of books that I could look up about ley lines, how to map ley lines, how to work with ley lines, which I thought was just tremendous. And then I started looking at something completely random on YouTube. It was about growing your channel and that kind of thing. And it was basically talking about using the different things that have helped you. And I thought, well, what sort of books and stuff have helped me along on my journey? I thought, well, hang on. So I started looking into it, and I found like several other influencers that I have on YouTube and from around the web had been talking about all these different places that could gain more insight, gain more validation, just gain more facts. So when I put these videos out, I can give you guys more tools and things to work with. It was just a tremendous series of synchronicities that happened literally within a 3-hour process. So like these are the types of things that can happen. Right, and there are many types of synchronicities. Chance meetings, right? The amount of times I have had chance meetings with people has been crazy. I remember once we were walking the dogs and we were having a little bit of an issue with one of our dogs having a fear issue because she'd been attacked at some recently, and we were looking into dog behaviour, or my other half was looking into dog behaviour, and we were randomly just walking down a path that we basically walk every single day, and we come across this gentleman, and he starts talking about dogs, because he had 2 dogs, and he was on about he was a behaviourist and put us in touch with different people that worked with dog behaviour, and it could help Sam start studying and looking into it. Just completely chance meeting. And we had, what was also very, very strange, is he was also interested in the spiritual, the paranormal, and we had this just really interesting discussion. So that's one type of synchronicity that you can have. I've said about seeing number sequences, but so looking into the meaning of those number sequences. But when you're seeing things like 11, 11, 2, 2, 2, 2, etc., etc., have a look at what you're doing when you see these numbers, or what you're thinking, what you're feeling, or what's going on in your life, and see if there's a correlation between them when you actually see the different numbers. I talk about this more in more detail in videos on this playlist. When I've talked about each number sequences from 1111 to 666, and give a little bit of insight into that, so you can check them out at your leisure. But that's another form of synchronicity. Gut feelings and intuitions, songs that get just trapped in your head, come out of nowhere, as if someone just puts a song on in your mind, and you just can't get rid of it. And suddenly, if you actually look into the song, there's meaning behind it for you, or is an answer to a puzzle that you're trying to solve, or is a bit of guidance there. So it's almost like synchronicities are the universe's signposts for us on our journey. So as we're going through life, you've got these different signposts that show us which way we're going. Are we going in the right direction, the wrong direction? And when I say the right direction or the wrong direction, the direction that's mostly in line with us intuitively, mostly in line of where we want to be, where our road is taking us. So when you start taking notice of these events, you can start asking yourself the question. Now, you might not always get the answers, okay? And this is the thing, is don't get too caught up on getting the answers. The fact that you're asking the question and you're having these experiences already is enough, because the experiences will lead you to the desired answers that you're looking for. The difficult thing, like anything else, when you're working with your intuition and developing your intuition, is and this happens when I'm doing like psychic readings and things. I'll be looking into something, might be looking into something maybe to do with the spirit world or something, and something will come up in the reading. And I'm working with someone, I'm giving them a reading, and suddenly, a loved one in spirit that I've given the person the validation, may have given their name, may have given their place of work, may have given their relationship or whatever. So there's enough validation there to know that I've definitely got a connection with this person, and it will validate something for me. I personally document everything. I'm terrible with it. I will, whenever something's happening like this, I will document it. I've got like hours and hours and hours of just dictaphone recordings and just different things. I document every single paranormal case that we go on. I document all the different weird and wonderful experiences that happen to myself and Sam, of which there are numerous and many. I document, all the different thoughts, maybe different dreams that I have. Dreams are another one. If you're having dreams of, say, moving house, and then suddenly that starts to become, maybe a thing that's happening in your life, or you're dreaming of moving house and there's movement within your life, there's movement within yourself, there's emotional movement going on inside you, perhaps different things that were good for you are no longer good for you, and it's pushing you in that direction, an emotional direction, to let go. So it's not so much worrying about the outcome, it's asking the question and showing your intent and almost exploring it. When you have these experiences, these chance meetings, exploring the concept, because sometimes you could have a chance meeting with someone and you're going to work together or something, and it turns into a good friendship or relationship or whatever, and that's happened to me several times. Other times it could be a chance meeting, you'll never see that person again. It's just the fact that they were there to carry that message for you. And I want to leave you guys with a recommendation for a good book about this. And I'll put a link in the description below. An Amazon link to this book in the description below. And there's also a movie of it, but the book is much better than the movie. And it's where I first started hearing about synchronicities. And funny enough, it came into my life synchronistically. I was having a very difficult time one day. This is about a good 10 years ago. And my mother turned around and said, when I was telling her about what was going on in university and stuff, she said, look, can you have a chat with another family member, because they're also having a really rough time. And when I spoke to this person, he'd literally just come out with the rough time that he was having. And he said, look, this book helped me. It just helped me to just understand what was going on around me. It helped me to understand what was happening in my life. And the book is called The Celestine Prophecy. It's by a gentleman by the name of James Redfield. The movie, to be perfectly honest with you, it's good to watch the movie once you've read the book, but it's a really easy read. And it talks about these concepts of synchronicity and how to actually use synchronicity and how and where it can lead you. It was presented as a story in the first person. Another good book that also talks about synchronicities, was really good read, is Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist, and I'll put a link to the description of that below as well. I'll also find I recently joined Audible, and really enjoying listening to audiobooks at the moment. There's some fantastic spiritual audiobooks out there. If you'd like me to recommend some, please let me know in the comments below, because I'll do like a top 5 list or something. But I believe it is on Audible. I'm not sure if The Alchemist is on Audible, but I believe The Celestine Prophecy is, because I know I have the audiobook for that somewhere. So I know there's an audiobook out there as well, if you find audiobooks are a lot more your thing. So I'll put those links in the description for you guys. But what do you think? Have you had synchronistic experiences? And have you followed those synchronistic experiences? And where has it led you? I'd love to know your experiences in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a like. And subscribe to this channel for daily psychic and spiritual development tips. And I'll see you again for the next video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. My name is Jared Walters. My website is www.spiritualworlds.co.uk. And you can also check out, if you are a fan of these types of talks and discussions and helpful bits and pieces, check out a talk show or video cast that I do with my good friend and colleague Richard Oliver from paranormalnow.co.uk. It's called the Now Debate, and you can check out the playlist on this channel. We've recently talked about the Mandela effect, psychic ability in children, and Donald Trump of all things. But the spiritual idea behind leadership and the awakening that seems to be happening all around us at the moment, and how the current presidency of Donald Trump is affecting that awakening. And we also give some psychic predictions in that video as well. Our next episode of the Now Debate is going to be uploaded this Wednesday at 5 p.m. and it's entitled "If Earth is a Prison Planet, How Do You Escape It?" And it's basically a lot of different empowerment tips for improving your life and helping to get out of negative mindsets. And we talk about all different sides of that as well. So thank you very much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, guys, everyone. And I'll see you again for another video. Take care.